Welcome to another video with new stories from Ethiopia, Somalia, and Eritrea. Firstly, we have a new story from the Somali region of Ethiopia. 5 days ago, Al Shabaab fighters carried out an attack on Ethiopian territories from Somalia. They entered Somali region of Ethiopia, and today reportedly they made another border incursion into Ethiopia. Though Somali regional government claimed a few hours ago that first phase of operation against Al Shabaab had been completed and all Al Shabaab fighters had been killed and some captured too. But what we have learned is that there is still presence of this group in Afdir zone of Somali region, and now they have launched another attack into another area of the Somali region of Ethiopia. We'll have a detailed look at this development. Secondly, Somalia, because Hassan Sheikh, president of Somalia, has arrived in Egypt. Who welcomed him, who received him on the airport, and who is accompanying Hassan Sheikh? Is Somalia's intelligence chief accompanying Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud there? Thirdly, a new story from Tigray. Tigray External Affairs Bureau today released a statement. The statement is about the visit of International Inquiry Commission, UN Inquiry Commission, which was established a few months ago and which is investigating human rights abuses committed during Tigray conflict, is due to visit Ethiopia in coming days. This is Commission's first visit. There were some apprehensions that the Commission would not be allowed to enter Ethiopia, but Ethiopian government has shown the green light to the Commission. So Commission members are due to visit Ethiopia in coming days. Tigray has shared some concerns in this statement about the visit of UN's Inquiry Commission. What are the concerns shared by Tigray? And lastly, viewers, several $100,000 were raised at a program organized by Eritrean diaspora community on Saturday. Several such festivals, fundraising programs are planned in coming days as well. Firstly, we have a new story from the Somali region of Ethiopia. 5 days ago, Al Shabaab fighters entered Afdir zone of Somali region. They entered from Bakul region of Somalia. Bakul is in southwest federal member state of Somalia. Hundreds entered Somali region of Ethiopia. Fighting erupted between Somali Leo Police, Somali Special Forces of Ethiopia, and Al Shabaab fighters. In 5-day long fighting, Al Shabaab suffered losses, and last night, a Somali Regional Communication Bureau released a statement. It claimed that Al Shabaab, after suffering losses, retreated, and that first phase of the operation against Al Shabaab had come to an end, and second phase was being launched. Then we saw pictures of Somali region President Mustafa Omar. He was seen receiving Somali Special Force soldiers in Halol. Main fighting erupted in Halol, in Afdir zone. But it's not that Al Shabaab is entirely out of Afdir zone of Somali region. Not only is the presence of Al Shabaab in Afdir, but a new border incursion into Ethiopia from Somalia is being reported. Firstly, in Afdir, reportedly, there is still presence of Al Shabaab in Sarirad Kabale. This Kabale's name is Sarirad Sakun, and here reportedly dozens of Al Shabaab fighters were seen last night by locals. And they were taking along some wounded Al Shabaab fighters as well, and at least one doctor was accompanying this convoy of Al Shabaab fighters. which was seen in Sarirat, Sakun, Kabale last night. So Al-Shabaab is retreating from Afdir, but it's not that all Al-Shabaab fighters are out of Afdir. Meanwhile, we saw pictures of Somalia's military commanders and Somali region of Ethiopia's commanders who held a meeting on a border. The two commanders who were seen are firstly General Adawa Yusuf, who is Somalia's military commander, and secondly General Zakaria, who is a commander of Somali region special force. They held a meeting in Al Barde on Somalia Ethiopia border. So joint operations are being launched, but Al-Shabaab meanwhile has launched another attack, another border incursion into Ethiopia, into Somali region of Ethiopia from Somalia is being reported. This incursion has been confirmed by Hiran zone officials. Hiran is a region. It's in Hirshabelle regional state of Somalia. And from Hiran region, reportedly several hundred Al-Shabaab fighters have entered Somali region of Ethiopia for another attack, it seems. Hiran region officials have confirmed this entry. Question is, where are Somalia's forces? Regional forces, federal forces, aren't they protecting their borders? If Somalia's soil is being used for border incursions into Ethiopia, will Ethiopian forces keep on sitting in Ethiopia? Won't they be chasing and trying to chase out these Al-Shabaab fighters into Somalia, and Ethiopian forces will enter Somalia if it keeps on happening? On one hand, we keep on hearing that Somalia's territorial integrity must be respected by Ethiopia. On the other hand, from Somalia's territory, armed groups are entering Ethiopia. So what will Ethiopian forces do? They will enter Somalia. They'll try to they'll try to have buffer zones between Somalia and Ethiopia. And Ato and Yeed, two towns, were buffer zones, parts of Somalia, but there was deployment of Somali special force there. But it seems that Somalia has no effective border security mechanism. That is why from Bakur region was the first attack into Ethiopia. Second attack is from Hirshabelle, from Hiran into Ethiopia. Ethiopia will have to devise its own border management strategy to defend from this Al-Shabaab border incursions. In coming hours, we'll update you about this development. Mustafa Umar released a statement, a social media post a few hours ago. He said that Al-Shabaab suffered losses because Ethiopia is a united country, united people, and United Nations cannot be intimidated by ragtag militias like Al-Shabaab. Mustafa Umar has a very active social media team. And we know that in the past some allegations were leveled against Mustafa Umar that he was funding, he was providing financial support to some Amharic news sources. The news sources were being funded because Mustafa Umar wanted them to promote his image. So we are seeing hundreds of posts in support of Mustafa Umar that he fought and he saved his region from Al-Shabaab. He was in Afdir zone, he was seen there, and today he was seen welcoming, receiving Somali Special Force soldiers. But fighting is not over. Al-Shabaab is still in the Somali region of Ethiopia. Secondly, we have a new story from Somalia. Viewers, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, Somalia's president has arrived in Egypt. He was received by an Egyptian minister. So Abdul Fattah al-Sisi did not welcome him on the airport in Cairo. He was received by a minister there. And who is accompanying Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud? Somalia's intelligence agency chief is accompanying Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud. His name is Mahad Salad, newly appointed. And former intelligence agency chief Fahad Yassin has been leveling allegations against Mahad Salad, that Mahad Salad has links with Al-Shabaab. Several allegations have been leveled by Fahad Yassin against Mahad Salad. Mahad Salad is accompanying Hassan Sheikh, and you can see Mahad Salad's pictures fist bumping with Egyptian intelligence head. Both can be seen in this picture. Turkey is concerned about growing Somalia Egypt intelligence cooperation. Ethiopia is concerned about growing Somalia Egypt intelligence cooperation. Tomorrow on Monday has started. On Monday, meeting between Abdul Fattah al-Sisi and Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud is expected. I'll update you in coming hours. Meanwhile, US Aid Chief Samantha Power is in Somalia, and she says that situation in Somalia is alarming. While Hassan Sheikh is busy traveling abroad, he is on his 7th official foreign visit. Since the 15th of May, his country is suffering. People are suffering. Around half of Somalia's population is dependent on aid. Take a listen to what Samantha Power said. She is in Mogadishu.
I'm here in Mogadishu, Somalia, the epicenter of a food crisis gripping the Horn of Africa. Nearly half of the population here is going hungry. More than 1 million kids are acutely malnourished. The United States has come and brought today $476 million in new resources to support humanitarian assistance, but we need other countries to step up. This isn't like other droughts. This isn't like other emergencies. When 4 straight rainy seasons do not produce sufficient rain, we are looking at potentially an unprecedented catastrophe with millions of lives hanging in the balance. I appeal to other countries, to other donors, to private citizens, to humanitarians worldwide to step up and support the people of Somalia to prevent a food crisis as grave as any I have ever seen from becoming a catastrophe.
Thirdly was Tigray External Affairs Bureau today released a statement about upcoming visit of UN Inquiry Commission. A few months ago, UN Human Rights Council appointed an inquiry commission to investigate human rights abuses committed during Tigray conflict. Ethiopian government opposed this commission, but now Ethiopian government has shown the green light to this commission, which is going to arrive in Ethiopia in coming days. Before that, Tigray has released a statement. What is Tigray saying? Tigray firstly says that last year, Ethiopian Human Rights Commission and UN Human Rights Commission, they conducted a joint investigation into human rights abuses committed from November 2020 and June 2021. But Tigray government rejected that joint investigation. Tigray government said that since Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia was part of the investigation, since several human rights abuses committed in Tigray were not covered in the investigation, that is why Tigray rejected that investigative report by the 2 commissions last year. Now, after that, new commission was formed this year by UN Human Rights Council. The commission, a 3-member commission, is going to arrive in Ethiopia, I think, this week. What are Tigray's concerns? Tigray firstly says that the Commission should determine the scope and parameters of investigation independently. It shouldn't be influenced or pressurized by Ethiopian government. Addis Ababa authorities should not influence the Commission. Secondly, it says that information is being peddled by Addis Ababa authorities that this commission will start its investigations from June 2021, that only those human rights abuses which were committed after June 2021 will be investigated. Tigray is rejecting this time frame. Tigray says the Commission should start its investigations from November 2020. The Commission should not rely on the earlier investigation conducted by UN Human Rights Commission and Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, which covered duration from November 2020 and June 2021. So let's see, we'll have to wait and see when Commission members arrive in Ethiopia. Will they start their work from November 2020 or June 2021? That remains to be seen. Tigray says that it has formed a high-level task force which will be available, which will engage Commission members. Tigray will support this commission. Lastly, viewers, Eritrean fundraising activities are underway. Eritrean diaspora festivals also are fundraising activities. On Saturday, a program was organized in Israel, and according to organizers, 600,000 US dollars were raised only on Saturday. The program was organized in Tel Aviv, Israel, and a large number of Eritrean diaspora members attended this program. We know that in Switzerland, in UK as well, 2-day Eritrean festivals were held on the 23rd and 24th of July. Festivals were organized in Switzerland and in the UK, and in coming days we could see a Tigray diaspora festival in Stockholm, Sweden too. So these activities are meant for fundraising too. That is why Eritrean diplomats, they organize, they attend these festivals, these gatherings, and throughout the year we see such diaspora gathering across the world, in the US, in Europe, in especially in US and Europe, where Eritreans are in a position to contribute. Eritrean government relies heavily on foreign remittances, and throughout the year these festivals, these diaspora gatherings, Martyrs' Day, Independence Day, and so many days are celebrated. Funds are raised, and it's a way of helping Eritrean government of Isaiah's effort. Thank you for watching.